I have said a number of times that owning a kilo of silver is one of the coolest and best things, in my opinion, that you can do. But what kind of kilo should you buy? A kilo coin or a kilo bar? And which is better? Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to this week's edition of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. And we've got a very cool thing today in the form of this big kilo coin. I want to compare it against kilo bars. Is something like this a viable alternative to a kilo bar of silver? They're certainly very cool, and they've got some pros and cons to them. This has been sent to me by Europa Bullion, who actually sent it to me for free, which is incredibly generous, and a massive thank you to them for their support and sponsorship of our channel. If you want to find out more about Europa Bullion and get hold of one of these coins, then you can. The links are down in the description below. If you're in the UK, well worth checking out a Silver Forum member called Great British Bullion, who is the Europa Bullion's UK partner. So definitely worth checking him out. And if you're outside of the usual shipping zones for Europa Bullion, don't let that put you off. Just get in touch with them and see what they can do to help work it out for you. But here we have the Kilo Bull and Bear. So I remember doing the review on the 1 ounce versions of these coins, and they are, I think, really very good. The Europa Bullion team have come to bring out some really competitively priced bullion products, which is really refreshing to see, because out there at the moment on the market there are countless numbers of premium products, premium coin products that are being brought to market, limited edition, limited mintages, and it's great to see something that's in an alternative form to just bars for this kind of larger scale, cheap access to bullion. So we've got this bull and bear, very synonymous with the markets and where they are right now, with this horrendous bear market you're seeing for US priced commodities, and then of course the UK pounds, whatever happening with that, you know, it's just pretty dire, to be honest. But this does represent a really good cheap bullion alternative for a kilo coin. Now, is it something that you should consider instead of or alongside a kilo bar? One of the most popular videos that I've ever made on this channel was talking about kilo bars of silver and why everybody should own one. You can see one of the major advantages that we're just going to talk about straight off the bat, which is this kilo bar. I can just pick it up, I can hold it, I can just enjoy it for what it is, the big lump of silver. You can see this particular one has been boshed around and knocked around, not by me, this was how it was when I bought it, but it's had this life where you can just enjoy it. It can be a table piece, it can be even a pocket piece if you want your trousers to fall down. However, a kilo silver coin, any coin in fact, you kind of want to keep in as good a condition as possible. Now, there's nothing stopping me from just picking this coin up and holding it all across the face and the back of the coin. I'm just going to hold it by the rim. I don't really, as I said, it's a bullion coin. I don't really mind if I get the rim touched with bare hands, but I wouldn't want to just go and put fingerprints all over, the Queen's face side, all these beautiful patterns, these absolutely stunning kind of patterns behind the Queen's head, and certainly not on the shiny surfaces of the bull and bear side. You want to keep it in as good a condition as possible, and that's kind of the ultimate downfall of any kind of big kilo coins like the Queen's Beast Completer over here from the Royal Mint. You just don't want to hold and touch them. They're just another coin, but they're in a larger form. So that's the only real negative that I can find of this. It's too pretty not to mess up and to ding up and dent and hold. But you can, if you so wish, with this one, because it is, as I said, a pretty cheap alternative to the market right now for kind of a bullion kilo option. Now, this particular product is, I think, pretty well made. I'm going to be completely honest and compare it with the only other kilo coin that I have in my possession right now. I've seen a few others from the Perth Mint, but I think you will just all agree that the Queen's Beast Completer here, it's a better coin in terms of the design, in terms of the production values of it there. But that's because this is something exceptionally special. And also you paid through the teeth for this one. It was very expensive, the Queen's Beast Completer, certainly when you factor in VAT and the like. But this, for what it is I think a great coin. And of course, the more complex something is, the more that you put into the time and energy and design and technology of creating dies, it's going to increase the cost of the finished product. So what I love about this is the other side, actually, the Queen side, the Tokelau side here. It looks fantastic. I love the matte finish on it. It's great to see a matte finish coin, and it is a pretty great example of how it doesn't have to be an overcomplicated affair to get something like this to market. You can just have a really, really refreshing take on a piece of silver, and ultimately, to have something like this come to market and be competitively priced, I think is an achievement within itself. And there's a lot of talk about logistics and supply chain problems and cost of living increases for everything and everyone. So to really see something that is at the bullion end of the spectrum, I think it's commendable from Europa Bullion to bring them out. And they've not just done this with the Bull and Bear, they had the Europa Goddess. I know they've got plans for future releases of various different products within this line and others as well. So, it's nice to see an innovative organisation bringing out these interesting pieces and doing something a bit different. Of course, another elephant in the room is this will be the last one, probably, I think, unless they've already got one in the pipeline for 2023. Last one for the Queen. Maybe next time it will be King Charles facing the opposite direction on a big kilo silver coin. So from the doing a bar and a coin. That's a bit of an outtake to leave in, isn't it? The coin versus bar question. So for me, as a stacker, I think the ultimate answer is bars. I do like bars. I do find bars to be a little bit more tactile. However, there is something to be said about a kilo coin. I think they are very pretty, and often when you do get designs which are interesting, to see them zoomed in on a big kilo coin is a really interesting design choice. And you do get these, the detail on the bear and the bull there is great. Every single rippling muscle of the bear and the bull looks fantastic. So, there is definitely a design element here to be had. The only issue, again, I would say, is going to be around cost and keeping things in as perfect a condition as you possibly can. As you can see with this Merca bar, it's beat up, it's dinged, it's dented, it's what it is. It's a lump of silver. And, from that perspective, you don't have to worry about the premiums really on it. I suppose if you're buying it, with VAT and tax attached, you are paying a premium on it. But if you are just buying it for its silver content, it's probably a better buy right now than a premium coin. The major issue that I've always found with these completer coins is, other than the fact that they were purchased when silver was an awful lot higher, I paid nearly £945 for this one, I think it was, something like that. I have to check my records. But you look at the price of silver right now, and I did a commentary on the ridiculousness that this is a £500 coin, and its metal value is worth probably only about $550 right now. So the premium on this is huge, and you've got to just find the buyer to buy it. If you took it to a coin dealer, you're going to get a pretty poor price in return. And to a certain extent, you might find that swing, that play on the spot price and the premium price to be an issue for kilo coins. So, summary. I do think this is a pretty cool option, and if I was right now faced with these two at the exact same price point, and let's call it spot price, which is wishful thinking, I know, let's be honest, I'd be inclined, I think, to buy the coin, just because I know that it might do better in the long run. However, that's not always the case, and you do find that you will pay more over the odds for, a new coin than you would for a second-hand bar. So that's definitely something to factor in as well. But if you want something a bit different, there's not a lot of them out there on the market, kilo coins. They are interesting, they are fun, and I think whilst you've got the advantages of being able to physically touch and hold these, for a bullion piece of silver, that's a pretty great option. And I really don't see a massive problem with it. So Europa Bullion, again, has to be commended for their ingenuity in bringing a very, very competitive bullion product to market. It's looking great, and I am excited to see what they're going to come up with in the future. Again, a huge thank you to them for gifting me this kilo, and if you are interested in getting hold of it, we're not affiliated with any sales. There's no affiliate bonus codes or ulterior motives. Europa Bullion have already done enough by gifting me a kilo of silver, which is, as I said, so generous. It's incredible. So go and check out Europa's website. If you're in one of the countries they don't ship to, then just go and check out your other dealers out there that might hold this and ship this. It supports Europa Bullion by you buying it from some of their wholesale partners. So it's not necessarily about going over and clicking on Europa Bullion's website, but if you're in the European Union, then you can, and that's a very good option. And if you're in the UK, then check out Great British Bullion over on the Silver Forum. There is a direct link to his profile on the description page of this video, and you can go and see what they're all about and how they work, and also their sort of ability to supply to the United Kingdom at very competitive prices, because that's the most important thing for us in the UK right now, finding our silver at a competitive price. So there we have the Kilo Bull and Bear from Europa Bullion. It won't be the last time it's featured on my channel. I'm sure I will be getting it out and having a look at it and having a play many a time. Thank you, Europa Bullion. And thank you to all of you wonderful Backyard Bullion ramblers who have listened to the end. You are in the Cool Kids Club. Thank you. And I'd love to hear from you down in that comment section. It's always fun to hear who listens to the back end of my videos. If you have listened this far and you're not subscribed for reasons unknown, then hit the subscribe and like button. It does help our channel immeasurably as we march on towards the next milestone of subscribers at 50k. We'll make videos like this in the future. You'll probably like them. Otherwise, that is it from me. A big thank you to you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.